Rav Simcha Zissou explains in this week's Parsha the Jewish position on taiva, which means lust or desire. What exactly is so wrong with having lust or desire? He brings the story by Moshe Rabbeinu and the Jewish people who desired to eat meat in the Midbar, and they wanted fish, and they were fed up with the manna that they were fed from heaven. And this upset Moshe Rabbeinu to the point where he wanted to die. He said it's better to be dead than have to lead this Jewish people. So what's going on here? So he explains that lust, whether it be for food or for sexual relationships, has to do with each individual. Each person has to know in himself when he needs something and when he doesn't need something. And lust is when you cross that line and you want things that you really don't need. So it goes according to the place and the time and the person. A person has to know what he needs to go forward in life. But if he's desiring more and more, that's problematic. So what's the problem exactly? He wants to explain that the problem is not per se the lust itself, but the after effects of the lust. Why? Because if a person becomes over-obsessed with sex, drugs, and rock and roll, he will lose his sensitivity to spirituality. This is what he says. Hataiva chet gadol v'atzum. Desire is a tremendous sin. Lama, why? It's like a person that before Pesach, he didn't prepare himself, the Korban Pesach. And what's going to happen the next day when Pesach comes? He's not going to be able to bring the Pesach, and he's going to be over Chorus, God forbid. So he says, Kol shekain, all the more so somebody who lives a life which prevents him from getting the Torah. He says a person cannot have Torah if he's running after the lust of this world. Why is that true? Because desires make a person lose his feelings. And he loses his feelings for the Torah itself. That's the problem. This is such a Jewish idea. Of course, human beings need food, they need relations, they need all the things that a person needs. But if you go beyond that, you start to lose your spirituality. You actually become desensitized, and you start to lose the ability to feel spirituality. Look what he says. It's like a person who has no stomach, no intestines, and therefore he has no taste for food. And somebody like this, if you give him 100, he wants 200. You give him 200, he wants 400. There's no end. And this is the essential problem with taiva, lusting after this world. The problem is that it's a character trait that makes a person lose his sensitivity to spirituality. And this is the worst thing in the world. He no longer gets any pleasure from doing mitzvahs. He doesn't get pleasure from learning Torah. He's wondering why he doesn't want to go to the Beit Knesset, and wondering, well, this is not interesting to me. You know, the Torah is not so interesting. Let's do other things. Why is that? It's because he's killed off all sensitivity to spirituality. His desires for this world completely removes the ability to be spiritual. This is a tremendous idea. The reason why we don't feel spiritual is because we're too focused on the physical. It's not that the spirituality is lacking, and it's not that the Torah is lacking, and it's not that Torah learning is lacking, or doing mitzvahs is lacking. We're lacking. We're lacking because we're so focused on the physical that we've lost all sensitivity to being spiritual. And therefore it comes out that the essential quality that a person needs to be spiritual is prishus. It's a separation from this world. It's to focus on higher things. It means to not run after things that we really do not need. Of course, the things that we need, God made us human beings, so we need things. But to go beyond that, we're going to lose everything. And we'll lose all of our excitement for mitzvahs and Torah. So the next move is to focus on the spiritual and to remove ourselves from the physical. And this way we will get tremendous pleasure from the Torah itself.
Thank you for listening. To get more enthusiasm for your Judaism,
Become a free member at globalyeshiva.com.